Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hive Hound. And today we have a very special replay coming from Emrod in his Blyskawica, the tier... Wait, I'm going to get this wrong. No, I'm going to get it right. It's the tier 6 Polish destroyer. And this one was definitely worth a feature. As you can see, we've seemed to have got our mojo back from making videos. This whole being confined into pretty much the same room, whereas I do my work, because I work from home, is exactly the same room that I do all my video editing in. And I've just been trying to escape it, but we've got it back. So hopefully you enjoy the first community replay I've done in a while. This is particularly special. The title's already given it away. Emrod actually achieves a little over 1 million credits in this match, which you see popping up on Facebook. They're like, which ships make the most money? It doesn't. Any tier 6 premium, and if you've got a premium account, you slap a credit booster on, 1 million credits. It doesn't come easy, but it is most definitely achievable, as Emrod is gonna prove here. So it's he's in a tier 6. He's top tier. There's quite a lot of tier 5s in the game, and he's already trying to look and find his first victim as he goes to cap A. And as you can see, also, he's completely solo. He's got no assistance here, and he's spotted by one of the enemy's DDs, and there's the Asashio. So obviously he's definitely got the guns on the Asashio. The Asashio is not going to stand a chance gun wise, as he looks to try and discover where the Asashio is and get some torpedoes off. He is getting shot at by multiple ships, and he's doing the smart thing. He's turning away. That's there's a New Mexico there. There's a second battleship. There's probably a cruiser in the vicinity as well, and that's not a fight that you're gonna win in destroyer. Ooh, excuse me. And here we go. Some torpedoes from the Asashio, and he narrowly escapes without taking one in the rear then. And obviously he's not managed to kill the Asashio with his torps. The Asashio's still alive there. The Asashio pops up directly in front of him. The Asashio accidentally skirted out of his smoke screen, as you can see him frantically putting it in reverse to try and remain alive, whilst Emrod still contests the cap. And the Asashio's realised, alright, it's over, I've got to try and do my best. And Emrod slaps the ship straight into reverse, dodges the first salvo of torpedoes from the Asashio, and before he gets a chance to fire his second set off, that is his first kill, skewing 13,500 damage. That's all the damage to the Asashio, and he begins to cap A as he's looking to line up torps on the New Mexico, but the New Mexico turns away, which is exactly the right thing to do in this situation. I wouldn't be hanging around there knowing there's a destroyer. And there we go, we have enter player number 2, the Benson. As a gunboat, obviously the Benson's pretty good, but oof, Emrod narrowly misses him with his torpedoes. Is this going to be a gun battle or a torpedo battle? And Emrod's doing well on the gunfight. The Benson completely misses him then, and you can see the shells coming in from the New Mexico. Obviously missing, or luckily missing. Emrod takes a bit more damage there. He's down to 3,000 hit points this early into the match. But he does the wise thing, smokes up, gets out there. It's not a gunfight. He's likely to win. So why stick around? Why waste your ship that early on? As you can see, he's got the twist and track on, which is flipping around something crazy at the moment. It's probably due to the close proximity of that Benson, who's also really hurt. So whether that Benson... hang on, we're capping. well, he's capping, so the Benson has decided, screw you guys, I'm going home, and has ducked out. But that was a nice little duel. What did he do? What's that? About 9,000 damage to the Benson, so a good chunk of his hit points. Obviously, the Blyskawica has got quite a lot of hit points for a tier 6 destroyer. But yeah, gunfight against the Benson's just not smart. Is it me, or did the Benson die? Did I miss that completely? I think I did. I think the Benson is dead. That's where the Benson disappeared to. So, successfully secured the A cap, and now Emerald is off out into the wilds of the open sea to try and see who he can torpedo. The enemy team have secured C, but we are in the middle of capping B. And as you can see, it doesn't look like the other destroyer is close. The Nelson's popping up on the twist and track as the nearest target to him, and he's just trying to close down that distance and try and take advantage of his torpedoes at this later stage in the game. It's all even on the scoreboard pretty much. The enemy team has lost 2 destroyers and a battleship, and we've lost, well, I say Emerald's team has lost a battleship, a cruiser, and one of their destroyers. And Emerald's holding his fire here on the Nelson, expecting him to crash into the island, which I kind of expected, and not where I would have fired the torpedoes, but let's see how he does. I think he's predicting that the Nelson's going to bump and start to reverse. Awfully close to a plane there. But he has managed to remain undetected, and very smartly asking for his team's assistance to get rid of that Belfast, because that Belfast is obviously a pretty dangerous target. And yeah, unfortunately the Nelson didn't pull off the maneuver that Emerald was expecting, and those torpedoes missed. But he might pick up a hit on this Belfast. Nice. And the Belfast is left with absolutely no health. So it makes sense. If you can, open up your guns and finish him off. And he picks up his second kill of the match. But now he is exposed. But a bit of luck, the battleship isn't really paying attention. He was already focused on the target. And that Scharnhorst missed an opportunity. Although there is a Nagato. And does the Nagato have his guns ready? That's the question. But he's gone undetected. So we are safe once again. Scharnhorst's plane is down. The Scharnhorst is now turning back in towards us. So, ooh, and we're detected. Emerald's trying to decide whether he should shoot at the Nagato or the Scharnhorst with his torpedoes. Looks like the Scharnhorst is the selected victim, and down to 392 hit points as that fires up that second smoke screen. And the Scharnhorst completely focused on something else, and he's going to eat a whole bunch of torpedoes. That's a devastating strike, and that is kill number 3. As he's got the smoke screen up, might as well take advantage of what we have available, and he begins to rain some high explosive fire down on the Nagato, but the Nagato gets rammed, and that's another ship down. So we're up quite a few ships here. There is one destroyer left, which, looking at the map, has he been detected? No, I don't think. Oh yes, he has been detected. He was detected over at sea, but it's just the one destroyer and the battleship left, and I'm pretty sure at this point in time Emerald is thinking there's potential for a Kraken. He's over here sort of alone. The battleships are all huddled over at A, so there is definitely an opportunity. He's having a look at his twist and track, having a look over to his fellow teammates, wondering why are you so far out of the fight? But let's see how this plays out. So I did watch this, but I like to do this with the community replays. I see them, I go, yeah, that's a really good game. That's worth a deeper look into. But I tend to put them to one side for a little bit of time. So whenever I'm watching them, it's kind of like the first time I've seen them. You know, you've got that break, so it's not fresh in your head. This is completely unplanned. And I wasn't expecting, I forgot about this bit of a pause in the gameplay, so I'm just rabbiting on to try and fill the gap. So obviously he doesn't want to run into the destroyer at this point in time. He definitely wants to catch that battleship on his own and finish him off with torpedoes. The other destroyer is a Fubuki, which is going to have better detection range, and well, essentially he's a one-shot for that Fubuki, even though the Fubuki's not got great guns. So where's that battleship? So he's still behind that rock. Emerald, you know, being cautious as you'd expect with that little hit points left. And there we go. There is the, what was that? That was the Normandy, the French tier 5 battleship, and he was looking pretty healthy. So
engine boost deactivated.
Emerald's engine boost is out. So is that Normandy sailing away? I believe it is. Oh, it's not looking so healthy. It's only about a third of its hit points left. So come on, Emerald, we have faith. I think you're gonna do something special here, and potentially get us a cracking. So obviously, one thing about this match, you notice, all right, Emerald hasn't done huge damage, but it's kind of like an unspoken buff that you get in the game towards your XP and your credits, and that is spotting damage, and that totals up a lot. And a lot of destroyer players, I think, forget the fact that if you spot a ship and you keep that ship spotted, the damage he takes, you get credit for it. Unlike the PC version where you get spotter ribbon medals and the like flashing up, you don't get that on console yet. Hopefully it's something that they'll add, and they will, I'd say, not improve destroyer gameplay, because the general caliber of destroyer players is pretty good, but hopefully it will entice a bit more teamwork from the destroyers, and get them playing their role a little bit more, which is spotting, rather than just you will see some kiting around the edge of the map just to get around back behind the battleships and torpedo them from a distance. But there is definitely other ways to take advantage of your concealment, rather than just killing. You can actually make a significant impact to the outcome of the match. So the Normandy's turned in. Emerald could have fired off his torpedoes much earlier, and as we see there, the torpedoes coming in from the Fubuki. Somehow we actually outspotted the Fubuki for a split second there, but the Fubuki is full health, and the Fubuki opens his guns, and goodbye, Emerald. But we have got the torpedoes away, and let's see, does he get lucky? Are we going to... They've entered the cap, so they've continued sailing straight towards his torpedoes. Oof, and that is the Blyskawica gone, and the Normandy, and getting him a Kraken Unleashed and double kill right at the end. So as you can see, the end plates, there we go, congratulations, new milestone achieved. Well done, and that is 1,230,000 credits and just over 4,500 base XP, and about every medal that you could wish for. So really good game there, Emerald. Thank you very much for bringing it to my attention, and until next time, take care.